What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I look a little crazy. I got off work not too long ago and just changed and basically sat down to film this video. So today's video is going to be my personal thoughts on yesterday at pass holder preview of Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom and everything you need to know if you are planning on going back to the theme parks anytime soon, because these regulations are not going to change. So yeah, yesterday was great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it, but without further ado, let's just get into this video. Alright guys, so first off, I'm going to kind of just go through the list that I have on my phone, basically one by one, talking about the different things that happened yesterday. So the first thing is masks are 100% required. I recommend getting a cute one, but they are 100% required. They will tell you, hey, you need to put on your mask. Hey, you need to put on your mask. Make sure you're wearing your mask correctly. There are people around making sure you do that. So definitely make sure that you are prepared to wear a mask in the Florida heat, because one, it's brutal. Like truly, I wear masks for 8 or 9 hours a day at work religiously. Like we can take it off for breaks and then that's about it. You know, if we need to take 5, we can go in the bathroom and like take it off. But 9 times out of 10, I am wearing a mask for 8 hours. But I thought I was getting used to it because I had to wear it at work, obviously. And I'm not. Well, I am, but I'm not. Wearing it in the Florida heat was unlike anything else that I've ever had to deal with. Like, I have like slight asthma, but like nothing crazy, and it was tough. Like I couldn't really breathe a lot. When I would do my Instagram stories, I had to like stop and take a deep breath because I couldn't breathe. So yes, masks are 100% required. However, there are relaxation stations. There's 2 in Magic Kingdom, I believe. One's at the circus and one is at over in Adventureland, I want to say, or that like gray area in between Adventureland and Frontierland. And those are great. However, I personally did not utilize them because I felt like they got a little crowded and it just wasn't something that I wanted to like, a situation I really wanted to put myself in. So yeah, masks are required. There are relaxation stations and you can take them off if you are eating or drinking. So you can take them off when you eat, but you have to be physically eating. Like they have to see that you have food in your hand. You can't just walk around holding a drink and being like, oh, I'm drinking. Like no. So they will tell you have to put it back on. So masks are brutal, necessary, and yeah, that's kind of all I got on masks. It was very hard to wear them for that amount of time. We were there for 10 hours though. So I'm thinking in the future we probably won't be there as long, so it won't be as difficult, but yeah, very hard. Okay, so when you're entering the parks, there are temperature checks and there's modified security. So we went to TTC, Ticket Transportation Center, and before you even go to security, you walk through a tent. There's social distancing markers on the ground. The people point the touchless like temperature thermometer at your head, and then you should be good to go. It's very simple, very quick. It doesn't take, you know, it doesn't take a lot of time. It's pretty straightforward. And then you walk through and you go to security. Now they are not touching your bags unless obviously they have to search it. So they ask you to take out any medals. Now please listen to me on that. They say, oh, only umbrellas or only stuff like that. No, you like car keys are fine, but things like ours got dinged for like an external battery for for phones. That got dinged for that. My camera didn't get dinged because it was in my hand, but yeah, so just keep that in mind when you're going through. I know on cast member preview they had plastic bags available for you to put all your medals in. Not really sure how it's going to be on actual opening days, but for what we saw, that was how they did it. Now it was torrential downpouring, so that could have been a little different, but overall that's the new security measures at the entrance to Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is different, so I'll go into that once I actually go to Magic Kingdom. But yeah, Magic Kingdom, or I'll go into that once I go to Animal Kingdom. But yes, that's how it was at Magic Kingdom. Okay, so onto transportation. Monorails are limited, so the monorail line was very long. So in all honesty, we took the bus. It was a lot faster. They were basically counting the number of people that were on the bus, and they didn't just let you walk on the bus, they told you what bus to go on by the number of people that would have been on there. And then there was like seats marked off that you couldn't sit there because of social distancing. You couldn't sit across from people unless it was your own party, like that kind of thing. So that's one thing. Buses can be faster, can be. But on the monorail, we took the monorail back. It was me and my boyfriend and then a mother and her daughter in the car. I've seen people get their own car. It just kind of depends on how busy it is, honestly. But it's not gonna be like a typical monorail experience where it's super crowded and you just can't even breathe. Like, there's a lot of space and you're obviously still wearing your mask when you're on the monorail. And then one more thing for transportation is there are no trams. So if you want to get there early, I would, because you're gonna have to walk from your car to TTC, at least at Magic Kingdom. We all know that can be a long walk. So definitely either get there early and park close, or be prepared to walk, because they are not running trams. I haven't heard anything about them starting them up again, so that is definitely for the foreseeable future. So when you actually go into the park, you scan your Magic Band as usual, I believe. Pass holder preview was a little different. We scanned it on their like iPad things, but there are no fingerprints. You do not put your fingerprint in. That makes a lot of sense to me, honestly. The same people touching their fingerprints on the same thing all day, kind of gross. So they are not running fingerprints, but it was fairly simple to get in the park. They had a lot of people out there. Yeah, it was pretty good. Again, this is just my experience with pass holder preview. This isn't reopening of Magic Kingdom and how everything was, but it was open, quote unquote, for actual guests and not cast members. So this is my kind of experience with it. Okay, so on to rides. Rides are sanitized every 2 hours. They are not sanitized after every go through. Sometimes like Splash Mountain will run empty cars through after sometimes, but it just kind of depends. So they are sanitized every 2 hours. There's sanitizer at the entrance and exit of the ride queues. So sometimes there's some at the exit of the actual ride, but out of the ride queues, it's the entrance and the exit. Sorry, I can't talk. So you guys can sanitize before you go on and after you leave. We personally brought wipes, and our friends brought wipes to wipe down the handlebars of stuff we knew would be holding on to, but we also just tried not to touch things in general. There are dividers. I'm just checking things off that I talk about. There are dividers on the ride queues where you cannot social distance. So if you think like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Big Thunder Mountain, you have like those snake queues. So they have plexiglass up that you can see through, that basically keep you from breathing on another person, essentially. So I thought that was really cool. It's basically just where 6 feet apart cannot be accommodated. And also in the queues, there are social distancing markers on the ground. I honestly I wasn't like, are they 6 feet apart? No, but they were a pretty good length apart. And I saw most people sticking to them. I really didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was really good. But yeah, so there were social distancing markers on the ground at the entrances to pretty much everything. Any kind of line you would be waiting in, they had those there. So Splash Mountain was open as usual, and so was the store, but a lot of people unfortunately are buying out all the merchandise and then going to sell it on eBay, which I don't think is cool, but whatever. But yeah, Splash Mountain was open as per usual. It was running, it was great, it was super fun. So if you want to ride Splash Mountain before it goes away, I'm honestly not sure when that's gonna happen. But I would try and go soon if you're capable, if you're able, if you're comfortable. But it was very fun to go on Splash Mountain again, and it really cooled you off from the hot day. Oh, but the wait for Splash Mountain store though was anywhere from like 2.5 to 3 hours. It was a virtual queue, so you signed in on your phone and then they texted you. So if you're planning on being there all day, you probably could, but yeah, it's a very long line. Okay, so as a reminder, there is no fast pass and there's no single rider. They are just doing regular old style queues. You're just waiting in line like everybody else, but the lines were not long when we had pass holder preview. I didn't see anything over 30 minutes. We literally walked on so many rides. It was honestly awesome to experience Disney that way, but yeah, just as a note, there are no fast pass, no single rider, but there is disability assistance. So if you are someone in a wheelchair that can transfer or something like that, they're still offering that amenity for you. If you don't know what that is, if you are disabled, you don't have to wait in the lines. It's like a fast pass kind of. So they are still running that, which I thought was very cool. Oh, back to Splash Mountain really quick. Sorry, this is a little all over the place. Splash Mountain is it's one party per log. So you basically, if you have a family of, if you have one person, you get your own log. If you have 4 people, you get your own log. Like, it doesn't matter, you are in your own log. Same thing on Pirates. Pirates is one party in the front, one party in the back. Unless you obviously have like 10 people and then you'd all be on your own boat. But yeah, so they are splitting people apart as much as possible. There were some other ones that were kind of like that, but mostly it was able to be like spread apart. I know Haunted Mansion was every other car. I'm assuming things like The Little Mermaid would be every other car, that kind of thing. So they were spacing out people on actual rides as well. Also, an update on the Haunted Mansion. There is no stretching room, you know, the room where like 50 people crowd in and they like stretch the room. There's none of that. It's basically just a walk through and then you just walk straight through the queue and you get on the ride. So that kind of sucks, but I do understand, like, I mean, if you've been on it, you know it was super packed inside that room anyways, so it was just not great. We'll talk a little bit of food. You must order on the app for all quick service, so that's like Pico Bill's, Cosmic Starlight Cafe, like that kind of thing. You must order on the app. They are not taking any walk-ins. You order on the app, you go inside, you pick it up, and you take it out. So that's kind of it for food. We didn't really do a whole lot of food there. They do have some quick service stations up with like popcorn, pretzels, churros, etc. But that's pretty normal. It's kind of no contact there anyways. But yeah, there's less of those, but they are still there. Let's talk some merchandise there. I saw that today there is a new shirt that says like Together Again or something with Mickey Mouse and the castle on it, which is super cute. I did see some new ears. I saw some coral ears. So cute. Can't wait to get those. And then the summer ears, which are blue and green, and they're little pool floaties as the ears. It's really cute. So I did see a little bit of new merchandise, but a lot of it is, I mean, obviously there are summer lines out. They have like pool floats and that kind of thing. But it definitely is like limited and there's not like an abundance of new things. And I know that the Emporium on Main Street there's a lot less merchandise in there because they are trying to space it out more, so there's more room for people to stay away from each other. So yeah, there is less merchandise, but it is still, obviously they have like ears and that kind of thing throughout the park as well. Cast members are all wearing masks. Obviously some of them are wearing face shields, some are wearing gloves if they're in like food service. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty great. I saw a manager that was talking to a cast member being like, if you need anything, like if you get too hot, whatever you need, just let us know. So I thought that was really cool that they were being really accommodating. But we saw some cast members and they are all genuinely so happy to be back at work and just like be back around here. So that was awesome. I didn't have any worries really being around the cast members because they don't get close to you anyways. Their policy is to stay 3 feet apart from you regardless of what they're doing. So there's also that to keep in mind. The new castle. The castle is new and painted. It is a blush pinkish, I would describe it as, and then like a purpley blue. It's kind of iridescent. It is really pretty. It is different and it does look a little bit, it does give me like Sleeping Beauty castle vibes, but I do like it. It's just changed for the anniversary. I'm sure it'll go back in a few years, but it's super fun to look at, and I know the Florida sun will fade it so it won't be as intense, but it's not the hot pink that everybody's seeing online. It truly is like much more muted than that, but I do really like it. I think it's cute, you know, whatever, it's just paint. It'll go back eventually. Okay, the park was eerily empty. Yeah, I have never seen Magic Kingdom or Disney World that empty. You can see the pictures on my Instagram that they were literally, there's hardly anybody in my pictures, which is cool for pictures, but it was very empty. I have heard from someone, do not quote me on this, I do not know if this is accurate, that the cap for preview days was 10,000 people and the cap for regular days will be 13,000 people. Now, while that seems like a lot of people, not everybody's gonna show up that has a reservation, 1. And 2, it really wasn't, it did not feel like there were 10,000 people there. Like, it was so spaced out. I really did not get close to anybody. Like, it really wasn't difficult to stay away from people at all. I didn't really find myself in any crowds. It did bog up a little bit and some places get a little congested, but other than that, I really didn't have an issue. I thought they did a really good job keeping everybody apart and enforcing that. And then finally, there are character cavalcades that run throughout the day. There are princesses, there's Pooh Bear and Tigger, Aladdin, Mary Poppins, Tink, there's Goofy for one, there's Mickey for one. So, That was super fun to see. It was like a mini parade, but they don't tell you the times of those parades purely so they don't want people to gather in a place and wait. Throughout the park, you can see some like characters out. We saw Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Pluto out at one point, which if you watched yesterday's vlog, you would have seen. But yeah, that was really cool to see them out and about, and they honestly really had a chance to interact with you more because there were less people. So we had one-on-one conversations like with Mickey and Minnie, which was really cool, even from like a terrace. So I really enjoyed that. I hope they keep that up after the parks, like if they ever resume character face-to-face meetings, because in all honesty, it was like, it was really cool, like to just like see them out and about and like be able to wave to them and say hello. I thought it was really awesome. So I know I've covered a lot so far. I'm at like 18 to 20 minutes of recording, but some tips I want to give you. So bring extra masks. Please bring extra masks. One, if it rains, it's gonna suck if your mask is wet. You're literally breathing in. It's like sticking a wet t-shirt over your face and laying on the ground. It's horrible. And the heat, 10 times worse. But bring extra masks. I swapped my mask once, partially for pictures, partially because it was really cute, but I could have swapped it again, like it was super hot. So definitely switch your mask, it'll make you feel refreshed. Bring a bottle of water. So like bring like a reusable bottle, because you can get free water cups from any of the places. You can refill it that way. And honestly, drink water, like you will overheat. There's no doubt. Like if you do not drink water and do not hydrate, you will overheat. I can't even like, I don't even know what else to tell you, like you will overheat. So it's super tough to be in the heat. So definitely bring a reusable water bottle that you can fill up, or make sure you're consistently buying water bottles while you're there. Please like be mindful and take care of yourself while you're there, because it is extremely hot in Florida, especially in July. And you just want to make sure that you are not going to die of heat stroke, honestly, like to be blunt. And another thing I can recommend is that you bring an extra fan. Like bring a little handheld fan that you can like put on your face throughout the day. You're not always going to be able to go into like air conditioned buildings, but if you do want to, Hall of Presidents is 10 out of 10 for that. But you're not going to be able to just like take your mask off. Like, so a fan is super helpful. Even in like regular times at Disney, a fan is helpful. Even a misting fan would be helpful. So if you can get one to just throw in your purse, I highly recommend that as well, because you won't be as hot and it'll help you keep cool. Or just go on all the water rides over and over and over again until you're soaked. That's another way to do it. All right guys, now on to the personal opinions section of the video, I guess. I truly thought they did a really great job, and I truly did feel very safe there. So yeah, honestly, I think they did a really great job. I thought it was very responsible. I didn't see anybody without their mask except for when they were eating. Everybody was complying. It was honestly a really great day. I would go back. People were staying away from me. It was very easy to get away from people. It was, you know, there were literally parts of the park were completely empty. So yeah, I really do think they did a great job. I think it was smart for them to wait to open, to finalize all their plans, get everything together, and I really couldn't have asked for anything else. A little congestion getting on and off the rides, but even walking into the park, there were people that were like, let's remember to keep that like 6 feet distance from everybody, where it was getting a little congested. So I thought that was really, really great. And overall, I had a really great day. It was a lot of fun. Nice to get out of the house and just something new to do and go back to, obviously, my favorite place on earth. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. I know it was kind of a long one, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that I answered all of your questions. I really tried to like get everything together and be able to do it really well. But if you have any more questions, please leave them down below and I will do my best to answer all of the comments. But yeah, I'm wearing my cute little mini shirt. Don't forget to watch yesterday's video if you haven't yet. That is the vlog of the actual day, and stay tuned for a lot more Disney content coming up the next couple weeks. Leave a video request down below if you'd like, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I am just at Emily G. Keeble, super easy to remember, and I'm trying to get to 2,000 followers, so if you want to follow me, that would be awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. It's totally free. It lets you know when I upload a video, and that's about it. So, but it supports me a lot. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. bye.